Hello, everybody. So I made this little presentation here because I know that I have a lot of new members coming in on a regular, and there's questions and concerns as far as, why is my body breaking out in boils, cysts, lesions, pussing? Why do I feel tired? Why do I feel sick? Why is my body hurting? And why does this drainage just not stop? So this is just to help you out in understanding what I believe causes the reaction that your skin is pretty much undergoing right now. And this is how I was able to help my son reverse his HS condition from a 3 down to a 2 down to a 1. And how he's been able to maintain the 1. Because again, this is not a cure, but it is a way to manage as soon as you understand how your body works, based off of how it reacts on what we consume. And so in this presentation here, you're going to see it's going to be about lectins and leaky gut. So if you look at this screenshot here real quickly, you're going to take a look at the lining of the intestines. You're going to see lectins, gluten, microorganisms, and toxins. It's just a combination of things that we eat. You're also going to see where there's little areas that are opened up, and I'm going to provide the explanation as to what causes those little openings, which causes bacteria, toxins, gluten to just, run its course and run past these your stomach lining to get to your bloodline, really. And from there, that's when you start experiencing your chronic pains, and it just gets worse from there. Lectins and leaky gut syndrome. So lectins have shown to bind with villi, which are the smaller finger-like projections found inside the inner walls of your small intestines. When your body is functioning at 100%, nutrients are to flow through the villi, crossing into the bloodstream. But because lectins are known to damage the body finger, like projections, this causes you the inability to effectively digest and absorb nutrients from the small intestines. The damage affected by the lectins create inflammation and dysbiosis gut. Dysbiosis gut is a condition in which the gut bacteria becomes imbalanced. The imbalance causes parasites and other pathogenic organisms to pass through the inner walls of your small intestines. Pathogenic bacteria is bacteria that is released into the bloodstream, causing a reaction of chronic illness or disease. Leaky gut syndrome is a condition where the intestinal lining has open gaps, allowing lectins, bacteria, and other particles to get directly into the bloodstream. Lectins that are free-floating in the bloodstream have an affinity for insulin and leptin receptors. Now, if you didn't know, and I didn't know this either until today, insulin is a hormone that's made in your pancreas, a gland located behind your stomach. Insulin allows your body to use glucose for energy. Leptin is a hormone produced by fat cells in your body. Now, leptin regulates your fat storage, monitoring how you eat and burns calories that are consumed. Now, lectins are believed to desensitize your insulin and leptin receptors, therefore not allowing your leptin and insulin functions to properly comply with how your body is to work. So for those that always say, like, I'm stressed out, my hormones are imbalanced, everything plays a role. And I explained this, several times in videos and just little groups here and there. If one function in your body isn't working right, your whole entire body is thrown off. And so when we eat, we're basically throwing our body off right at the beginning. because we're allowing lectins to go into our body. We're allowing dairy to go into our body, and we're already sensitive to these proteins. And by us consuming this on a regular basis, knowing that some of these items still make us ill, because I've done several one-on-ones where I'll ask, do you realize that you're dairy sensitive? And they're like, well, yeah, but because it's not killing me, I'm okay. I'm like, well, technically it is killing you because that's why you have your boils. That's why you have your cysts. But then again, I can say the same thing. I just found out that I was dairy sensitive and I didn't even realize it. I mean, I kind of knew. And the only reason I knew that is because I would get an upset stomach after I ate dairy, whether it be cheese or a bowl of cereal. But there I was still eating it because I didn't think, oh, well, it's not going to cause a big reaction. But little do I know that it's actually messing up the production process for, my my functions to work properly, which is my insulin, which is my hormones, my leptin, which is my fat cells. So now that I started this gluten-free, dairy-free lifestyle, I've lost a lot of weight, and so has my son. And it's all because our body is now functioning the way it's supposed to. So the the functions that our body is not actually working because it's not right now. We have things that are interrupting it, which is gluten and lectin. We're releasing that into our bloodstream, and by doing that, it's impacting everything else, and I don't even know, it probably impacts other stuff that I haven't even gotten to or discovered. These are just things that I put together based off of what I read, because this is all I'm interested in right now. I want to know how to keep my son in this remission stage. I do not want his HS to wake back up. I don't want it to become more aggressive. And I don't want my son to ever get back on medication. And so this is why I do the research that I do. And I share it because I know that everybody who has the same symptoms my son has is because they're doing the same thing my son is doing or was doing. We were eating stuff that we shouldn't be eating because our body cannot handle it. It cannot break it down. And so since it's not breaking it down, it's releasing it back into our bloodstream, and it's coming out into other areas of our body, which isn't normal. So this little diagram, or this example, is basically just a visual just to show you, what we're eating is impacting a lot more than what we realize. We see the boils, we see the drainage, we feel the pain, but little do we know that it's affecting our hormones, it's affecting our weight loss, and it's affecting our mentality, because our hormones are part of our function for our brain, the way we think, the way we react, the way we're mad, the way we're happy, the way we're depressed, the way we're sad. So I hope this helps one person to understand that, we need to make a change, and it needs to be a change for the better. And even though you're dairy sensitive, there are alternative options for dairy. Even though you're gluten sensitive, you can still eat. You're just going to be picking products that say gluten free instead of it having that protein in that product that you're buying. So there's alternative options. It's just up to you if you want to make that type of change in your lifestyle, so that way you can start to live pain-free, because it just takes those two major changes in order to start that process. And then little things above that are just going to be minor adjustments, like tweaking. And once you tweak it enough, you'll understand it to where you can now realize, like, oh, this is going to cause a trigger. Oh, I already know if I eat this is going to cause that. Oh, I want to feel good, my whatever event's coming up, so I already know what to eat. And even when you go on vacation, you'll know what to touch and what you can't touch. So this group is here to help you understand what your do's and don'ts are and what you want to set your limits at.